Hello. Today again we meet for the third class. Now that we have developed the objective, you will be wondering how exactly to proceed to the class. As given in my objective, the activity for the class will be creating a local map from school to home. Now, after doing this in the class, what should the teacher expect from the students? Now remember, as the student is traveling from the school or to the school, the difference is this each student will be passing through different components of symbols, directions, labels, roads, and landmarks, which they will be labeling in their diagram. Now, as we already know that our focus should also be on the symbols of the maps so that we can connect to legends, we have to have, as a teacher, questioning techniques to extract the symbols. Now, what questioning techniques can that be? For example, after creating the map, students can have a peer discussion. That is, asking the other student to decipher the student's map. As the peer deciphers the map, there will be questions like, what does this represent? What direction are you actually taking at this particular juncture? Let the discussion happen. Remember, ask the peer to note the questions that they would like to ask the friend. So let this thought happen for around 2 minutes. That is think activity. Then let them share the questions. So there is a pairing activity. And finally, share the answers with each other. Now, when they do so, ask them to collect the answers of the questions of their peers. Remember, we are not going to use this immediately. We are going to use this at a later point of our class. During the discussion, the teacher's work will be to question regarding the direction taken, the symbols that were used to represent different areas or components in the map. That focus is very important in order to make them understand that there needs to be uniformity in symbolizing. Remember, the teacher is not going to reveal this part explicitly, but implicitly give a hint. How do you think people will realize? Now, your friend has not realized. Do you think other people looking at your map will realize this part? A question mark. Leave it for that curiosity to take its action. Further, in order to develop the lesson, now remember, we are linking to a small region. Now, our students to start thinking about a larger component. Larger component, in that sense, let them start thinking about Earth. How do you think Earth is mapped? Or do you think Earth can be mapped? How did people go about doing it? Now they start brainstorming on that. Now that becomes your next objective. Now remember, our activity is brainstorming and we need the students to think. So what is that we are actually asking them to do? Please look at this level and start thinking. Yes, we are asking the student to analyze. Is it only analyze? We will analyze, and what are they doing? They're magnifying. So when they're magnifying, the Bloom's word that we can use is extend. So my next objective here will go as, I'm just reducing this so that we can have space. The next objective here will come as analyze and extend the mapping of Earth. How do you use that? Using coordinates. Now, to understand a point in a place, generally, To understand a point in a place, especially when we look at graphs. When we look at graphs, I'm just using a symbol here. Now let us take this. I think all of you are aware of what this is. It is a now. We know that this is y-axis, y. So this becomes x-axis. Now, if I have a point here, now this point now look at the point. Now where will I, how will I locate this point? I'll have to take the value from the y-axis and the value from the x-axis. Now, that is why we are asking student to analyze, extend the mapping of Earth using coordinates. Now, the teacher can use a globe. Okay, when we use a globe, students must be given an activity to locate places using a globe. Now, they may not be accurate. That is the curiosity factor here. They may not be accurate. For simple reason, they are not aware of the coordinate system. So, now the teacher can start telling, imagine y to be the first longitude or the vertical line that is there, and equator to be the x-axis. Now can they locate continents? Whether they are in north, whether they are in south, whether they are east or west? Yes, because they now have an idea that this is going to be north, this side is going to be east, south, east. This becomes south, west, north, west. So we have given them the idea of directions. Remember, I'm not using the word cardinal directions because we'll come to that. So now the sense of direction is more inculcated in them. So we have taught them how to extend their thinking to a globe, because globe is something that they learn in their lower classes and it's easy to connect with. So now we will start our working on the next objective of analyzing and extending the map to Earth. Thank you. I hope that you have understood, and I hope that you will be listening to my further videos. Please do subscribe. Thank you.